Hi, this is Kathleen from Bailey Academy, mom of 5, homeschooling 2 of them, ages 11 and 14. Soon to be 12 and then eventually 15. They're getting closer to their birthdays. I haven't been around in a little while, and I just wanted to say a quick hello and sorry for not being around for anybody who tends to follow me. The quick of it is I was in hospital again for heart failure. Then that came home and I got that figured out. And then I was in hospital again 2 weeks ago for, I'm not really sure still exactly, but an torn hamstring or something like that. Couldn't walk at all. So now I'm recovering and I'm at home and got some things done that needed to get done. And now I finally have some time to sit and chat. So I wanted to just do a quick I'm back video, but also share what's new in our homeschool. So if you've never met me before, my kids, like I said, are 11 and 14. I have 3 older kids that are all adults. So I only have 2 to homeschool. And we're like kind of eclectic, do what we want kind of homeschoolers. I take little bits from little parts, and I make a lot of my own curriculums and stuff too. So my daughter is doing the same basic thing she did before. We alternating a little bit. We're going to start reading Harry Potter again. We read the first 3 books, and we're going to start reading the first book again because that was years ago, and she's starting to get interested in it again. And then we're also going to be moving on to what is it called? Root words, like Latin root words, so she can kind of figure out those sorts of things. But mostly it's the same. And then my son, who's in high school, is doing his semester 2 classes. So he's going to be starting algebra 1. We're just doing some review right now, and then we're doing algebra 1. Canadian geography, which we're using the Making Connections Canadian textbook. But I've decided like what parts we're reading, what parts we're gonna. It's an older version, so some parts we're gonna substitute with like online learning to kind of update it, things like that. If you want a video on how exactly we're doing that, let me know. Or if you have an older version of the Making Connections textbook, and you specifically want like what we're doing, I may make that available if anybody's interested. What else? And he's also going to be doing Spanish. We started semester 1, 2 already, but we haven't started Spanish because I cannot make a decision on what we're using. I need to use kind of what we have or what is free, and I know of the different options. I just haven't made a decision yet, so I can update you later on what we ended up doing. He doesn't like languages. He doesn't. Only reason he's doing Spanish, even though we're Canadian, is just because I know I like Spanish better, and so it's easier for me to teach him. But he doesn't really care either way. So it's just going to be something to cover his basis of needing to learn a foreign language for a couple years. And then he's also still finishing up his health because we decided to make that all year, and his Curiosity Chronicles Early Modern History Part 1 with his sister, which we are also doing all year. So those will be his 5 classes. And talking very fast, and it's only been 3 minutes. I know a lot of my fellow YouTubers that I like to watch on YouTube are talking about their next homeschool year. Our homeschool year doesn't start till September, but I did last year do planning in January because one of my son was going to high school for the first time, but also I just always eager to start new things. So like I was on my mind, and I already had like some basic plans at least, and was planning some more stuff. But I didn't get a chance to join in the collab to share about what's going on for next year because I have been busy and I haven't had a chance to even barely think about it. So I have a few things I'd already decided practically at the beginning of this year what we were going to do for next year, but that's like very basic, a couple things, not enough to share. So I will be sharing with you over the next month or 2 as I make plans for next year. I'll have a grade 7 and a grade 10, and so I do know we're doing a few things, and I will share with you at that point what we've planned so far and what parts I'm still trying to plan, so you can let me know if you have any ideas. Oh, I know what I wanted to say. I saw a comment, I didn't respond to it yet, that was asking if we're still doing Cactus Curricula. We decided to stop it and just do the other forensics that we had planned. Not that it's not a good, like, well-made program, it just wasn't great for us. I was using it with just one student, and although it is designed to be solo or group, I feel like it works better as a group so that they can feed off each other and their own each other's ideas. And my daughter just, I don't know, she's wants to just do the experiments and do very little of the talking or the figuring out part was not as fun for her. So yeah, we are not currently doing Cactus Curricula. We stopped it halfway through, or a third of the way through, 2/3 of the way through the one we were working on. But I still recommend it for if you're doing co-ops or something like that. It would be really cool to do forensics in a co-op. And if we had a group like that, then I think it'd be really great. So I hope that answers whoever was asking that question. Curiosity Chronicles is going great. Like I said, we're still doing that. The way I planned it out, maybe not so well. Right now we're behind because I was supposed to do that during December as well as our Christmas schooling, and I sort of forgot and just did Christmas schooling, and now we're behind where I planned to be. So instead of doing as many activities with each week's chapter, we're just kind of going through the chapters, maybe doing one activity here or there. They don't seem to mind. We'll get caught up. I just want to be like, I'd rather be done before the end of the school year rather than be stuck with work to do when the school year is done. We would not be doing Curiosity Chronicles next year only because it's not within my budget, but otherwise, like we did like it, and the kids are learning, and me are learning a lot more about history than I used to know, because especially since the world history, that's not something I've really been taught. I never took world history. Like I said, I gotta say though that I spent lots of money on the, what is it called? The encyclopedia, the history encyclopedia, and we've not needed it because anytime that I flipped to the pages I'd planned to use, it was just a rehash of the information we'd already been told. So I feel like you can do Curiosity Chronicles, at least Early Modern History Part 1, without purchasing the history textbook, either one of them. Encyclopedia, either one of them. So I just wanted to mention that. What else? The math, like I said, we are still using Learn Math Fast, although we were taking a quick break from it. We have gone back into it. I'm doing review with my son, and then we will jump into Algebra 1, which is book 5, maybe. And then my daughter is gone back in Learn Math Fast. We're practicing the worksheets of book 1 to make sure, see where she needs to be, jump back in it because we had gone a little too fast. Speaking of which, the giveaway that I had on the blog, no, nothing, on YouTube, the giveaway I had on YouTube, I ended up going to the hospital right when I was supposed to pick a winner. So I did not pick a winner, but I did not forget, and I'll be working on that today. So if you entered that and you didn't hear back, you may still win. I'll be reaching out to the winner, picking a winner and reaching out to the winner today, and they will have 48 hours to get back to me, or I'll pick another winner. So you still have a chance if you entered that giveaway. If you didn't, I'm sorry, but it's not open to new entries. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say, because we've been very busy just trying to get through life, dealing with health issue after health issue after health issue, rearranging the house to make it easier for me, and I don't know, just dealing with sickness. We had like a month of sickness for a while too, that everybody was sick for. So everything's been just a little crazy. Nothing too horrible has happened, knock on wood. Let's leave it that way. And I'm ready to jump in. February is always a bit of a slump for homeschool, so I'm eager to start up March and get back into it, and then also start planning for next year. I think that's all I'm going to say right now. Like I said, we'll have videos coming up on how I'm doing Canadian geography, because I know there's not a lot of choices on how to do that, so I want to share what I'm doing, but I want to make sure like it's working for us first, and we've only done 1 week of it, so I'll share that later. If you have any questions or any videos you specifically want me to do, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, make sure you've got your subscribed so that you can see any of the new videos that come out. And that is it for now. Bye.